Well, apparently those sales for Tamar's record, album, whatever the hell she was trying to sell, must ain't hitting the way that she wanted it to hit, because she has popped back on TikTok and now she is in drag mode. When referring to her previous friend that she had taken to her social media to basically say she loved him after days of him getting dragged and called every name under the sun. Now she calls him a druggie, y'all. We're going to get into this video and make sure you guys are liking the video and make sure you guys are following me on all platforms at Lakeysha Keysha.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh?
I have allowed this person to bully me and eat me up. And the truth is, I've been in the hospital. And the people want me to go back to the hospital, but I don't want to go back. Hold on. It's been very hard. I love drama. So, okay, well, what's the drama? What's the drama that I did? Somebody got to tell me. What is the drama? Tell me, what is the drama? What is the drama? All I know is I went to bed and I woke up and my life changed. And I probably shouldn't have said nothing, but I panicked because I was scared and I was alone and I was in pain. And that's it. I don't have to lie. I got money. I have success. I don't have to lie about anything. But did that person tell you that their birthday party I paid for? So if I was a friend, so why what rollout? It was a coincidence. I didn't go to bed and wake up and my life changed. But did that person tell you that their birthday party I paid for? So if I was a friend, so why what rollout? It was a coincidence. I didn't go to bed and wake up and my life changed. But did that person tell you that their birthday party I paid for? So if I was a friend, so why what rollout?
What a strange place that we find ourselves yet again during a time that Tamarbraxton is releasing an album. There's always some kind of controversy surrounding something she is trying to sell. But yet again, we find ourselves talking about her again, which is, I believe, is what she was looking for. Now, this all blew up from Tamar saying she was found, or what she said, a friend found her in a pool of blood, and somehow she ended up in Miami. Now, what's interesting about that is she asked allegedly for Dr. Heavenly's phone number, who is local, but yet and still you woke up in a pool of blood, missing 4 teeth, never call 911. I'm sure you have cameras in your house, but you are trying to figure out what happened to you when you would have had cameras in your home. None of this makes sense. What happened to the person that found you in a pool of blood? If I woke up in a snippet of blood, I'm going to the hospital right away. Being that you woke up with 4 teeth, girl, you should have been calling 911. Something about this story definitely does not add up. And I'm going to be honest, it's really seeming very much like Tamar's cry for attention. Yet, once again, and we were warned about Tamar a long time ago by her very own family. Now, if you guys forgot, this Dr. Dennis came out and basically said that she was contacted by Tamar's people that work with Tamar, based on the situation that happened. The most interesting thing about this story is this lady is located in Miami, and to complicate the situation between a doctor and a patient, this doctor came out on social media to basically clear up Tamar's story. Now, let me know if you know of any dentist that is speaking on a medical condition unrelated to your teeth. Let me know. Well, what seemed to um, garner a lot of speculation is that this doctor is speaking to a lot of things that she is not licensed, or just doesn't specialize in. Not to mention the fans saying, how is this lady violating HIPAA? Well, here's the deal. This is very much a marketing plan, because in order for this doctor to speak on Tamar's medical things that we don't even know is true, they would have had to sign an agreement. Also, it gets even more interesting. The doctor is also marketing Tamar onto her social media. I'm going to let y'all know how I feel about this. This seemed really suspect. I am a complainer. I will go to the doctor if I stub my toe. I done been to the specialist over here, over here. They send my doctor results, and I go back to the doctor, and the doctor will say, oh, well, this doctor said this, or this doctor said this. They have never got into any details of another doctor's finding. I'm telling y'all, I go to the doctor for everything, honey, and I watch and I test. They never speak on another doctor's specialty. So it's very interesting that we have a dentist. Never did I say a dentist wasn't a doctor, but I would categorize a dentist as a specialty doctor that specializes in teeth. But yet this woman is speaking on sleepwalking and nose fractures, which is very interesting to me. Now, for those of you who may have forgotten, missed it, let's get into that.
I was recently contacted by Tamarbraxton's team, who reported a very traumatic injury. She woke up in a pool full of blood and saw many fractured teeth on her floor. Upon evaluation, I confirmed that she did in fact have several fractured teeth. She even had an avulsed tooth, which is a tooth that's come completely out of the socket. She also appeared to have a fractured septum. We also recommended that Tamar immediately see a medical doctor to evaluate, which appeared to be the deviated septum, broken septum. And upon their evaluation, they determined that she did in fact have a fractured nose. As far as the cause, the medical team ruled out seizure, ruled out stroke, and the only thing left that it could possibly be is somnambulism, which is sleepwalking.
Now listen, I do not consider myself the brightest or the smartest, but let me explain to you something. I did go to college. Now, college didn't give me all the brains that I have, but I do have common sense. A doctor speaking on everything but teeth is crazy as hell. Now, let's get further into it. This doctor very much seems like she's doing some type of advertisement. I don't know of any doctor that would do such of a thing like this and even get so involved in their patient's personal life. Because let's get into this and let's call it what it really is. Tamar is trying to basically tell us that she did, in fact, fall, knock out 4 teeth, whatever happened. The thing of it is, why does Tamar need to go so far to prove something that she say is so truthful? Why is it that people just are not believing her? I believe that Tamar would do anything for attention. I have saw these particular situations play out with different people. Should we name Kandi Burruss? Should we continue? If you guys remember Tamar's previous friend, I think it was Lemar or Leroy, Lee Troy or something like that. I apologize if I'm saying his name incorrectly, but this is a continual thing with her and different individuals. And y'all know my saying, if it's you always in the same situation with different people all the time, then it's you that's the problem. But we must not forget Tamar went on Iyanla Fix My Life. What did Iyanla say about Tamar? Well, let's get into it.
Can I ask you something, Miss Evelyn? Do you know what her pain is? Because the only reason a person would behave in this manner,
We're not going to throw this behavior word around
consistently.
again. We're not going to do that. She does not have a behavior problem, and that's not fair.
First of all, your finger in my face is not going to work for me.
Tamar has a behavior problem. I'm going to be honest with you all. Before I saw that video, before I took into consideration all of the shenanigans that we have saw from Tamar over the years, I didn't really think it was possible for an adult to actually have a behavior problem. But I'm going to recant my thoughts because it has been proven, if never in life, by Tamarbraxton herself, that an adult can truly have a behavior problem.
I see the hurt. I know you're hurt.
I'm not hurt. I'm disrespected.
You're going to calm down. She's frustrated for a lot of things. There's a lot that's going on with Tamar. And that's why we're here. The only reason a person would fight so much to be seen is if they weren't seen.
Well, here's the deal, guys. It seems like Tamar asking the dentist to come out was going to be the end all be all. But there are still a lot of questions. In fact, the dentist raised even more questions because we are people with common sense, and we know that this is just not typical behavior of any doctor, okay? Now, let's get into some of the questions. Where are the cameras? Tamar, if nothing else, you are a celebrity with a great voice. So you're telling me that you have no cameras, you woke up in a pool of blood, you don't know what happened. Not only do you not have cameras, you woke up in a pool of blood missing 4 teeth. You decided to go to Miami, Florida, which is several hours from Atlanta, in which you live and have been here for an enormous amount of time, which means not only do you know several dentists in the area, you decided to go your ass all the way to Miami. It raised speculation, if nothing at all, that you have no cameras and you woke up in a pool of blood, as you say, and as you've told your dentist to say, but yet you never called 911. You went to Miami to go to the hospital. Girl, that don't make no damn sense. None at all. Okay. Who's the friend that found you, Tamar? You said a friend found you, so the friend found you and just went on about his or her business. Tamar, girl, this don't make no sense. Tamar, the people are saying you were in the club a couple of days after this incident. So it could be that you had an incident, but it could be that you're blowing this shit up because you want to get clout. You want to dominate these blogs, which you have done because this is what you have done in the past. Tamar, this is very similar to situations that has happened to you in the past. And for some reason or another, Tamar, each and every one of these situations meant you were selling music or you were on a tour. Tamar, your dentist, or your alleged dentist, might I say, appears to be an actress, a clout chaser, someone that is very familiar with marketing. So it appears that this lady knew exactly what this would mean for her by speaking up for you in what appears to be a lie and possibly getting more clients. Tamar, your dentist is speaking on you walking in your sleep. Your dentist is speaking on you having a fractured nose, but she specializes in veneers. I want somebody in the audience, in the chat, to make this shit make sense because I'm not a doctor by far, but I do have common sense just like the audience. And I'm not the only one that think that you are full of shit, just like your family has said for decades that you seek attention. Now, Ayala Fix My Life, who is an attorney, but also went to school as a therapist, I believe, but she also said that you are an attention seeker. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments.